Hey, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. This is a church video from the LDS Church. Excuse me, fighting cold, I can hardly speak. But anyhow,
we've all experienced some degree of being left out in life, and that's all any of us want, is to be included. If I were talking to someone who was feeling excluded or was being excluded, I would say, look, this isn't about you. This is blindness, or just, at the very least, a lack of kindness and consideration on the part of others who are probably self-consumed, as most of us are. So you continue. You remember who you are.
self-consumed like most of us all are. Most of us have been so wounded emotionally, morally, physically, that our spiritual strength is depleted. It is not working to its full strength, and we haven't tapped into it. So we are so self-consumed that we don't even consider others. Unfortunately, this is true.
Above all else, we have to constantly remind ourselves that we are cherished children of a Father in heaven who loves us. If we're impatient with someone who doesn't seem to be progressing as fast as we think they might, I think it's always good to look at our own journey and see how fast we're progressing either now or were at some point. And if I have those thoughts, it's an instant check to prevent me from feeling that way about someone else. Largely because I realize how extraordinarily patient our Father in heaven is with me.
Now remember, we're all on this journey and all at different rates. Some have been so severely wounded, physically, emotionally, mentally wounded, that they will never make it to the church and never contribute much. But that doesn't mean they aren't valuable to Heavenly Father. I'm sure they are. It's just that they can't seem to get there from here. And so they need special attention and more attention than others that will come in. Do we have that time as a church now to do this? I don't know. But we're trying to get to those that will come in, and those that won't, we're going to have to work and wait on. But even those that do come in will take time and love and patience to work with, because they have their own wounds, their own self-centered things that they're working on, their own problems that they're taking with them, and it will take time and love and effort to work through those problems.
And with all of us. One of the great lessons of the gospel is that we get so many fresh starts, that we can start again and again, that we can fall, that we can stumble, that we can pick ourselves up, and that we get a fresh start. You know, there's so much in daily life that doesn't suggest that at all. And this is a place that we get to begin again and begin again and again. I think we lose sight of that, and I think that's so encouraging for people who might get down on themselves. I know a lot of people grow up in the church, and it can be cultural. It can be just what we do. Others will say, well, why the church? And I had an experience. I suppose it's about 15 years ago. I came from our home in England to General Conference, and I was coming out of a session surrounded by people from all over the world. And I thought, this is it. This is the church. We're from everywhere. We include everybody. And this is where I belong. And it was a wonderful feeling. I think whether you're coming into it for the first time or if you've been here for generations, we have to remember and constantly remind ourselves that, as someone wise once said, this is a hospital for the sick, not a monastery for the perfect. There is nobody.
No one's perfect in the church, and like I said before, we all carry with us our own wounds, our own problems. And it takes extra effort on our part as members to go out and reach out and love other people, even when we're hurting. I've always had a problem with that. It's always been difficult to reach out and love people beyond myself. And so I need to work on it, and I know other members do too.
Here, we're not going to find them. It isn't going to be you. We're here because we all need help from one another. Some of us are helped more for a season by helping others. Others need help for a while. And at different points, we're both of those. But we're here to help each other, and it serves us well to remember that.
We're here to help each other and to work on helping others as we work through our own problems. Again, this is a message from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, commonly called the Mormon Church or the LDS Church.